Who won? um, Coming live from 1950. Kind of in a rush. My team has to be somewhere. They're going to do a podcast in jail with an inmate whose dream was to be on a podcast.
He graduated our program.
And he graduated from the program, and he's went through his steps in his sobriety, and I think it's pretty cool, that the team made this happen for him. Where's he from? Fort Washakie, Wyoming. That's pretty cool, to see him embrace this thing and Morning Sky. It's pretty cool, to see him embrace the program, the well-brighty, and he's excited to take this back to his, where he comes from, with our relatives up in Fort Washington. So, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. What's the date today? The 28th?
27th.
Oh, 28th. Day early, day late. Well, today is the 27th, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. We got 3 people on, so that's all we really need. Summer meditation with Native American elders, August 27th. And it says, we begin by letting the powers know that we are willing to be their servants to others. Fool's Crow, Lakota. Then it says, there are certain prayers or actions we can take that will call the powers. The powers can only work through people. The powers are always waiting to express themselves through people that are ready. Every person born is born with a purpose. They have a song to sing. They have a mission to accomplish. Every true purpose will always be about serving the Creator and helping others. When we let the powers know we are ready to serve the people, the powers get excited because they can now do things to help the people and make things better for them. The decision is powerful because it turns an ideal into action. And the prayer for the day says, Great Spirit, the greatest joy or feelings that I have ever experienced is when you are using me to help the people. The feelings of giving, the feeling of being your channel. Today, let me have the feeling of giving. Use me as you will. I think about, what comes to mind, is the third step prayer from AA. Let me be your vessel. Let me be the vessel of your work. Let me get out of your way. Let me be, let me figure out a way to, not even like give me the choice to figure out anything, use me as you will, I feel like that's my life's purpose today, is once I got out of the Creator's way and asked for his will, then, it seemed like my life took on a whole nother meaning. And, and I was grateful for that. I was very grateful for the opportunity just to help another human being, just the opportunity to be of service. I mean, it really it gives you this other sense of belonging, it gives you this sense of this type of care that nobody ever showed me, until I got sober. The same feelings that I experienced, I helped somebody else experience because they were helping me. I think about all the people that helped me out in California, and the list goes on and on and on. And then, you just get involved in this thing and you just meet these, these great people, and you see them like doing, they say to keep this thing, you got to give it away. And, you just see people doing things out of love for complete strangers, doing things because they care, for complete strangers. And I think that's powerful, to know that if somebody, nobody wants to feel sorry for, anybody, it's not like we feel bad. Nyaki Rasi. It ain't like we feel sorry for people, but you just build up this empathy to another suffering alcoholic and addict. And it's like, that's your connection to these people, is that you understand what they're going through. And, you're willing to reach back and, grab them by the hand and show them the way. I love that about sobriety. I love that about, recovery, the service, the recovery, and the unity. It's a powerful thing to me. I think about that all the time. Good morning, Miss Cindy. I love you, Miss Cindy. But, just thinking about how this thing keeps going, is we got to help each other. We got to lift each other up. One thing I've noticed about my sobriety is that sometimes it confronts somebody. I had a situation the other night, it was after my speaker night, where my sobriety confronted, somebody in my life, and we didn't have a lot of, but not a lot of interaction. But whenever I seen how she was confronted because I was sober and she wasn't, it's like she was trying to bait me into this argument. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm blessed because I don't have to live that way anymore. Good morning, Brother Norman. But at the same time, I had to, stop myself and say a prayer, because those are some of the tools that the Creator has allowed in my life, was being able to understand that she's sick, understand that she needs help. And, maybe she just has a fear of letting go, Maybe she just doesn't understand how beneficial it would be to get out of your comfort zone. And she has a powerful story. She has a great story. If only she could get to a place where she could tell it. Good morning, AJ. But, that's what kind of came to mind is, just trying to be of service, just trying to help out another alcoholic and addict. It ain't always easy, but at the same time, like my boy Chad was saying, good morning, Renzo. Buenos dias. Like my brother Chad was saying, is that you plant these seeds and you watch these trees grow and they produce fruit that you'll never ever get to taste. And that made perfect sense to me. You'll never get to taste the fruit of the plants that you see, or the seeds that you plant, and watch these things grow. It made, good morning, Candy. But it made perfect sense to me, and that's what this thing is about. That's how you keep this thing going. Is you got to be willing to help out another suffering alcoholic and addict. They say you got to give this thing away to keep it, and that's how I've been trying to live my life, and it's taken me to places that I couldn't even imagine. So, with that, I guess we'll jump into the announcements. Talkspace and Talkspace Go. It's an online counseling app. Good morning, Jake. If you're dealing with grief, trauma, depression, codependency, dealing with there's a list of topics. Got a lot of friends that use it and they love it. I've heard nothing but great stories about the effects the positive effects it's had on their life. And then we got overdose prevention packs. We're trying to prevent more Native American lives being lost to fentanyl poisoning and overdose. Narcan, fentanyl test kits, medication disposal bags, medication lock bags, wound care kits, opioid overdose symptom information, Narcan administration information, and information about other drugs in the community. The form is completely anonymous, and we will mail it to you for free. Then, if you could text TOR TOUR to 888-580-4TOUR, you can get our updates on the moves that we're making these days. And then All Nations Res Recovery Gourd Clan is still accepting applications for Princess. A young lady from the ages 13 to 17, and she likes to dance. I mean, we're just looking for a good example of what the Gourd Clan represents. So then on September 21st, All Nations Res Recovery Gourd Clan is having a recovery benefit dance. So, if you're in recovery, we especially invite you out. But, this is for the public. The opposite of addiction is connection. And it's just our way of getting these other, getting our Gourd Clan involved with the community to show people like, hey, we do recover. We know we're trying to be as respectful as we can and come to the circle, because we're healing. We're still trying to heal, so I think it's, very important that, we have a recovery benefit dance. The last one, the overdose memorial I feel like, it was a success. Raise some good money, which will allow us to do some positive things in the community. But come out and celebrate your recovery. Come back to the circle, dance, and recover out loud with us. So, if you're a vendor, we just ask for a raffle donation. If you have any more questions, contact Carmelo Revelis at 405-496-3742. That's probably at your local hood store on the bathroom wall. And then tonight. Well, we got Mending Mondays, which is dealing with grief, mending broken hearts, deals with grief. And that was last night. So tonight, they're having the first talking circle in Clinton at the Clinton Library, 721 Frisco Avenue in Clinton, Oklahoma at 7 p.m. tonight. I've got a couple of my friends that, I sent them the info, let them know, because, from Clinton to El Reno, it's about an hour trip. So, it's just another opportunity to bring, our people together and talk about the solution. We all know what the problem is. Let's get in there and talk about the solution. And then also is the Watonga AA, these informal gatherings. which happens at the Hut on the east side at the park. It says 203 North South Street, but I guess it's not like a real address. But it's at the Hut in Watonga on the east side. They meet at 7, and I believe it's Dave and them's week, Dave and Brittany's week this week. And then Thursday is our talking circle here at 1950 South Shepherd. We usually have a good turnout. Probably got about 20 people that come weekly, our regulars, but we would love to see this group grow,
Thursday speaker night, actually.
And Thursday night is our speaker night with Mr. Laydown Lydell Pedro, the anti-slayer, the deadliest uncle of all uncles. Your auntie's probably in his story. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if auntie, gets, if she just happens to be in his story, don't get mad. And then Friday night is the 12-step meeting where they get into the book of Wellbriety, The Red Road to Wellbriety, and they put pen to paper. It's step work. And, I recommend anybody in recovery go find you a 12-step program, because it don't matter which one it is. The principles remain the same, but it's that's what set me free today is the 12 steps of AA. I can honestly say that is what set me free today, is the 12 steps of AA. But if you do AA, it definitely applies to Wellbriety. You kind of understand the book a little bit better. So that's what I do. Okay, then Tuesday, September 24th, from 3 to 6 p.m. At the new Elderly Nutrition Center in Clinton. And it's crazy that I can barely say that my grandma worked there for years. She worked there for years, But they're going to have a bingo, storytelling from elders, old-fashioned visiting with other elders, sharing of knowledge and traditions. Pathways is inviting all the elders, their caregivers, and a meal will be provided. If you have any more questions, call Janet Bullcoming, the community resource worker, 405-550-6682. And you can see she does some pretty good work right here. Mm-hmm. Pretty good work.
Oh, she helped everybody make keychains at the
overdose awareness she did event. Help everybody make keychains at the overdose awareness event. So, Nyakit, Janet. Nyakit.
I heard of jingle dress dancers.
Eat the tea. And, or you can reach out to Isaiah Garcia, who's the certified nurse assistant. His number is 405-249-5237. And what they do is their program has medical equipment. They do home visits. They help people get on sooner care. I think this is very important for our elders. We got somebody willing to stick up for our elders. But I believe that's it. Good morning, nephew Alan.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen. There we go.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. Recovery over everything. Yep, I remember that. I forgot to tell, Jake, Big Jake. But good morning, Aunt Jessie. Yes, recovery over everything. He has some pretty nice apparel. Everybody wants a good recovery shirt. We just came out with the new recovery shirt too. It says, I don't know what the Arapaho word is.
Sober.
For sober, and then we have the Cheyenne word for recovery. So, they're pretty cool, pretty keen, but we'll figure out a way to
deal them,
how to get those out, but I believe that's it. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for everything, and we will see you tomorrow. I hope.